Hello everyone, welcome back. Please comment, rate, subscribe. Folks, comment, rate, subscribe, like the videos. Also share the videos. I want to thank you folks for watching, liking, and sharing my videos. You people are the absolute best. Listen, it's time to talk Jets, and I got an interesting topic to talk about today. But before I get into that, I want to thank all of the people that listened and hit me up, whether it be following me in my DMs, just all the positive messages I got from the post-draft show that I did on Wednesday. It was greatly appreciated. It was crazy. I was going back and forth with all kinds of people, whether it be on the timeline or in my DMs as well, just talking about the team, and it was kind of nonstop. They also hit me up as well on our Facebook as well, which is Talk Jets Radio, and we just were going back and forth constantly. So I want to thank everybody that gave me all those messages and followers, and it was pretty crazy. Yeah. So again, thank you folks for listening. Please keep listening. Keep bringing that content. So with that being said, now I want to talk about a very interesting topic. A thing that I'm really seeing kind of go around the fan base. Everyone's kind of throwing it back and forth. I'm also seeing it in the media as well. And what I'm seeing is kind of this growing sentiment that, there's pressure on Sam Darnold now because of the offseason and because of the draft. Us, doing what we could to kind of help him out a little bit, and that he really needs to ascend and be, I don't know, one of the top 5 quarterback in the league or something like that. I've gone back and forth with so many fans about this, and here's my thing. While I understand the point that yes, we all want to see Sam take the next step, we do. Okay, I'm the biggest Sam fan in the world. I also keep it real though. I want to make that very clear. I do keep it real about my guy. I'm an SC fan. Everyone knows I love Sam before we drafted him. We drafted him. He's here. I love him still. I understand that people want to see him really, get going because he's got the talent. He's got it. But I also think that people don't look at, how the team has been set up so far, and if he's even been put in a position to succeed. If you look at what our organization was doing the first, 3 years of his rookie year deal, they were completely failing him. And yes, we had a solid offseason. Joe Douglas, his first, offseason here, where he was able to draft and have a free agency. We made some moves, and we did some things to help him, drafting a left tackle, drafting a wide receiver. They've brought in some other kind of journeyman guys as well to fill out some spots along the offensive line. But I don't think we've done, this is not done. I don't think by any stretch of the imagination. There still is stuff that's going to be added probably in the upcoming offseason. And so, yes, we need to see Sam kind of, step up just a little bit and continue to get better and produce. But I also look at other areas of this football team and I say to myself, well, if we're saying that this pressure is on Sam, then why is no one talking about that there needs to be pressure on Adam Gase as well? Why is no one talking about that? I just don't understand that. And for me, with this fan base, it's kind of weird sometimes because there's fans that really think that if you even question anything about the organization, anything, especially the front office, especially the coaching, and especially Adam Gase, there are fans literally, if you say anything about Adam Gase, they will tell you you are not a Jets fan. They will say you are anti-Jets. And I don't understand that. I've never understood that sentiment. Sometimes if you love something, like if you truly love something, like all of us fans do, we all love this Jets team. Sometimes the hardest but most, the most beneficial thing to do is critique that thing to figure out, hey, how can you make it better to get it to the next level? It's hard to do, but it's very necessary, especially when you're looking at the failures that we've had, not just just recently, but look at our past. We haven't been in the playoffs in 10 years. There have been multiple failures. So you have to critique and understand, look around and say, okay, what is going on here? How can we get better? What is the direction that we need to go in? And quite honestly, who is the person that can lead us? So I often wonder why that doesn't go into account with a lot of fans' thoughts about this football team and its success or failures is who is the person that is leading you? That is very important because I remember before we fired Todd Bowles, one of the reasons why we fired him is because a lot, and it wasn't just a growing sentiment, in the media, but even the fan base itself said this guy, he's not a guy that makes us better. He's not a guy, that is coming in and we necessarily think is a great leader. I look at Adam Gase, and again, there's some fans, you say anything about Adam Gase and they just immediately call you an Adam Gase basher. I'm going to speak for myself. I'm not going to speak for everybody, but I know a bunch of logical fans. Not an Adam Gase basher. I keep it real about Gase, though. Do I think Adam Gase is a great coach? No. But that's because he has not shown us that. Like, there's a lot of data that will show you that he struggles in certain things, and we even saw some of those things last year. But here's the thing. I don't want Adam Gase to fail. That's not what I want. I don't want that. And I don't think any logical fan necessarily wants him to fail. Because what a lot of people don't understand is that if Adam Gase fails, then guess what? The football team's going to fail too. The football team is going to fail. If Adam Gase fails, this offense will continue to fail. If Adam Gase fails, then more than likely, Sam Darnold is going to... he may go to the wayside. Like, it's another year wasted if he continues to fail. So it's like, when you look at Gase and you're saying, hey, listen, we need you to step up. We need you to do better. That's not bashing Gase. That's not bashing, the team. That's not bashing. It's saying, listen, this dude needs to do better than what he's doing. And that's why, for me, I understand why some are looking at Sam and saying, hey, there's pressure on you. But for me, I'm looking at Adam Gase and I'm saying, dude, there's pressure on you. You're the guy that I think needs to have pressure on him, because listen, Adam Gase is not a rookie head coach. He's not. He's been in this league. As a matter of fact, he was in our division for 3 years prior before we hired him. That was one of the big sticking points to hiring him, is that he knew the AFC East like the back of his hand. So he was also brought in to better the offense. He was also brought in to groom and mature Sam Darnold and make him a better quarterback. And I look at some of the things he's done up until this point, and I say, I don't necessarily know if he's done that. A lot of things within his system have not made Sam better. As a matter of fact, if you can go look at the articles where they're talking about, hey, it comes out of his own mouth where Gase literally says that Sam had to come up to him and tell him that things were not working in the offense for him to change his offense. He's also had issues in the past, Le'Veon Bell, of not being able to fit talent into his offense no matter how good it is. He just won't adjust and make adjustments to change his offense up or do something differently to, ascend and make this offense better. He's got to change that. He has got to change that. Adam Gase has got to be better at that. He's also got to be better with his adjustments. He's got to be a better coach. He's got to. He's absolutely got to. And I know that some people are going to talk about the injuries, and I get that. We had injuries. But I look at this situation, I say, listen, this is the NFL. There are teams all over the league last year that dealt with injuries. You look at the Carolina Panthers. They had a lot of injuries as well. You look at the Philadelphia Eagles, I think is a great example with Doug Peterson. Dude, that team was about as injured as you could get. They were picking up guys from the YMCA parking lot. And Dougie was out there with 3 tight end sets, guys that had just signed in last week. And he was able to put up points and have production offensively. And he was able to go out there and make adjustments against teams. They beat some teams that people didn't think they had even a chance against, because he was able to scheme and he understood play calling and balance as well within his offense. Extremely important things. And I'm saying to myself, Adam Gase has to understand that this year. Because if he doesn't, we're going to be in a world of trouble. We truly are, because this is going to just be another bad season, especially offensively. When you look at this team, it's ranked 32nd offensively. That's dead last. And I also don't think it's just pressure on Gase either. I think it's pressure on the entire offensive staff to produce. That goes with Darryl Loggins. He's got to step up. But for me as well, a guy that a lot of fans don't talk about is Frank Polak. I remember when we hired that guy. And, fans alike was saying, hey, he came in, he was highly touted, he had a lot of big names vouching for him. People were talking about how he was going to change the way we did things up front. Our offensive line was going to, do this and do that. And they did not play very well at all. At all. There was a lot of miscommunications along this line, a lot of breakdowns in technique. All these things, this guy wasn't in charge of it. Mind you, again, we were ranked dead last in the NFL offensively, and none of these guys were fired. They brought back a lot of the same staff. So it's like things have got to really, step up, offensively, especially with the offensive staff. Also understand some people look at, Greg Williams. Greg Williams, I think, did a great job last year. So I think he's just got to continue his production. And there are things that's been added as well to help him too. And he's going to get some guys back as well, Mosley. But he was doing well without a lot of those guys. He was honestly, Greg Williams was the best coach on the staff last year. He was doing work without some of his top stars. Most of his top stars. He had Tremaine Johnson was trash. He might as well have not even been around. So he didn't have a starting corner. He didn't have a number one or really a number two because Roberts was trash. Mosley, Avery, they were gone. He was working without a lot of guys, and that defense was clicking. That defense was keeping us in a lot of games last year. So I need to see Adam Gase step up on the other side. I really, really do, and I hope that he does. He's got to make changes, though. He's got to. And I think the biggest thing for him is making those adjustments. He's got to make those adjustments. If he does, I think it'll benefit Sam. It truly will. I want to see Adam Gase do something here. But, man, he's just got to step up and make a change. So comment down below, folks. Let me know what you folks think. How do you feel about Gase going into the season? Do you think he'll change things up? Do you think it's the year where he'll make adjustments within his system to benefit some guys? What are your thoughts about Sam Darnold? Do you feel like there's pressure on Sam? Are you personally putting pressure on Sam as well? If so, what exactly is, what would make you happy? Is it just numbers? Is it, the success of the team? Does he have to, make the playoffs for you to be happy with him as a QB? I just want to get you folks' thoughts because, again, I've been hit up by so many people just throwing around so many different ideas and things about this football team, particularly Sam Darnold, and what they expect out of him this year. So, again, comment down below, folks. Let me know what you folks think. You folks have a good one. Peace.